How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about a crypto that is bringing real estate into crypto. So they're merging the physical world with the online world. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I was actually listening to something on the radio the other day. It was talking about groups of people, millennials specifically, that are buying homes with their friends. And then I looked in Business Insider, Wall Street Journal, they're both covering it. Millennials are creating housing communes with friends because it's too expensive to buy a home as a single person. That blew my mind away. So I started thinking, okay, what about if you want to invest in real estate as a rental property, right? If you can't even afford it to buy your own home, how are millennials going to start investing in real estate? Now, you could always invest in a REIT or a real estate investment trust. I have some of those myself. But a lot of millennials don't really like to invest in the stock market like they like to invest in crypto. They feel like it's a much more even game and that people aren't able to manipulate. I mean, we're talking about the market makers here manipulating you to lose your money to give it to them. So a lot of people feel a lot more comfortable with crypto. There are also a handful of other reasons that make this better than a REIT in different ways. Of course, they are very different. So I'm going to show you the differences here today, but I felt like I had to bring up this company, bring up this crypto, and talk about them here on the channel. Now, this is a new partner of the channel, so always do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy anything because I'm not a financial advisor. Of course, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, the subscribe button, I do appreciate that. It helps out the channel a lot. Also, you can follow me down below on my Twitter account. Check it out underneath the video. Now, I will put information to this website, to this company, and to this crypto all underneath the video. So definitely check out those links if you're interested. But the company, the crypto, I should say, that we're talking about today is MyBricks. So this has a $24 million market cap, still small. You can see that it kind of went back and forth, had some big news pumped up, and then it's been trading a little bit sideways. So let's take a look at it. First of all, website looks fantastic. That might not seem like a big thing, but we're used to looking at billion-dollar websites, trillion-dollar websites. I'm talking about Amazon, Google, Facebook. All these companies spend tons of money and tons of time on the best website possible, and it's seamless. If you start looking at some different cryptocurrencies, though, smaller cryptocurrencies, a lot of it looks unprofessional. This looks fantastic. I went to their YouTube page too. They put out a lot of content, so they're very open about their project, and everything looks really good. I mean, from the background to the audio, it looks fantastic, and that can't be overstated. That is really important, and a lot of companies don't get it right. If they're not going to pay attention to detail on this, on their appearance, it's probably downhill from there. Okay, so their mission is to make property investment accessible to everyone, delivering extraordinary returns for ordinary people. Now, I should get this out of the way. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. But to me, this sounds kind of like a REIT, right? You're going to invest in this cryptocurrency. They're going to buy properties with some of that money, and then you get reflections, or you get paid out eventually, or the value of the cryptocurrency goes up. The difference is, this was my massive question, which was, why is this better than a REIT? Or what makes this better than a REIT? Why wouldn't I go and invest in a normal REIT that's governed by the SEC, that has protections in place? Well, there are a couple different reasons. First of all, the most obvious one, you can't trade on the weekends, right? You can't trade these different stocks on the weekends. You also can't trade on holidays. There are certain times that they can definitely be taken off the market too, or they move too quickly and they get halted. So that's first of all. Second of all, some people just don't have access to the stock market. Depending on your age, depending on where you're at in the world, you might not have access to the stock market. Third of all, you can actually get some pretty interesting things from discounts on the actual price of the crypto, depending on how much you put in, which is something cool that I'll show you here in a second, to discounts at properties that you want to stay at through MyBricks. So this is the page under investors where you can see if you're looking to invest more than 4,000 pounds into MyBricks, you actually get a better rate for locked agreements. Now, otherwise you can buy it through PancakeSwap if you do want a lower amount, just in case you're interested. This is much smaller than a REIT. This is $25 million, so they can make investments that are probably higher yielding than something like a REIT. Now, of course, you have to do more research, right? You have to make sure that everything looks good with the company and with the crypto, because it's not governed by the SEC like a REIT would be. Now, let's take a look at the white paper. The MyBricks platform. View a list of upcoming funds similar to browsing properties on Rightmove along with expected monthly yield. You get to deposit your bricks into the fund, and it can be added to the investor dashboard. So you get a dashboard, you can see all the progress, updates, and transactions. You get paid. The rental income from all the properties within the fund is automatically distributed to your wallet on a monthly basis. Holders deposit into funds. A fund is a collection of properties that will be purchased, renovated, and rented. A fund will likely be made up of 2 property types and with the following ratio. So this is where I was talking about how they can actually get a better return because of the size that they're at. And Warren Buffett talks about that before. Like certain companies just are off limits depending on how much money you have. Like Warren Buffett's not going to go make a $5 million investment or a $100,000 investment, right? It doesn't make any sense for them. The same thing applies to REITs, right? If you're a $10 billion REIT, to go buy one short-term Airbnb rental that makes a lot of cash flow doesn't really make sense. But something like this, where they're at a smaller level, it actually makes sense, right? They want to buy 3 long-term rentals to every 1 short-term rental. So think about an Airbnb. Holders get perks. So to incentivize people holding this token along with regular transitions, holders will be able to rent out the luxury short-term rentals at a significant discount. So you can use your bricks to buy some of the rentals and you get a discount. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, there's not like a huge range, right? You can't go and just look at like similar network to like Hilton hotels, right? But still, it's pretty cool what they're doing. So the token itself, 1 billion tokens. Okay, the team allocation is 6% evenly distributed among 15 team members. This is another important thing to look at. If you have a team that's getting 25%, 30, 40, 50% of the supply, that's not good. You want a small amount, and the fact is they're distributing it among 15 team members. What that tells me is there aren't people that are greedy here. They're taking it evenly distributed. They're saying, hey, we're gonna grow this thing. We think we're gonna do really well, so we're not gonna try to break up the team chemistry. And again, that's one of those things that a lot of people don't think about, but I think it is important to take into account. So holders property fund. This is something that they lay out. Basically what they're doing here, 24%. They're taking these tokens, and instead of putting it on the open market and then having some whale buy a significant amount, like 5% of the overall cryptocurrency, instead of that, they're breaking it up. So 2% at a time, they are going to give this over the counter. So that way it doesn't fluctuate the price either on the upside or the downside, right? Someone doesn't try to sell and dump it on the open market, and then someone doesn't try to buy a significant amount, pushing the price up and maybe not being able to buy as much as they want because they're going to push up the price too much. They're taking 12 different allocations of 2%, and they're actually selling it. They're selling it at a little bit of a discount too, so it incentivizes people to buy this way. So instead of pushing up the price. They also say pre-sale for 266-year locked liquidity pool, 28%. So that's very long, a very long period of time. Project funding, 42.3%. So they've already completed a capital raise ahead of the pre-sale to fund the platform development. This allows MyBricks to immediately begin the platform build-ons and focus on growing the value to the MyBricks tokens. Now, there is some transaction tax. So I don't love this. The lower the tax, the better in my opinion. But let's be honest, there are certain cryptos that you wouldn't even think about that kind of have a tax, right? Like Ethereum. There's a gas. Once you have the gas, or once you pay the gas, then it goes and gets burned. It's kind of like a tax. But this 2% is to the community. These funds are used to support the holders of bricks, so you actually get money for holding onto it. 2% goes to the project, including the management team, to build, launch, and innovate the MyBricks platform, and then 2% to the team. So this is once the project requires fixed and part-time roles to develop the platform, this will go to pay them. Now let me say the whole team is doxxed. So by that I mean they've come out, they've said who their names are, they've said what they've done in the past. The CEO was the founder of Expert Trades and also the co-founder of RC Capital, which is a property investment company. The head of fund management was at a global financial technology company, and also the other co-founder of RC Capital. So these aren't people that are just seeing an opportunity in crypto and just trying to cash grab. I I mean, these are people that have already worked in the space. They're not trying to come up with some new way of getting your money or anything like that. Seems like it's very high quality individuals, and they list all 15 people that are getting a cut of the pie here. So that is MyBricks. Of course, there are going to be more updates in the future. If you guys like this, let me know in the comment section. A very interesting crypto. Of course, this is not Bitcoin. This is not Ethereum. This is very low market cap, very high volatility, very high risk, very high reward, in my opinion. So always do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy. I can't do that. You have to do your research on your own. I will put information to the price, the actual page, and then the white paper along with the YouTube channel underneath the video. I will put all that information. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.